Welcome to Deep Thought. Critical thinking is a great power. Critical thinking. I'm going to tell you what. There's a lot out here that people need to think critically about. Like, I'm going to tell you what. Let me talk about the subconscious. Your subconscious takes in everything. In fact, that's where the people who throw out propaganda out here want it to. They don't want you to think critically. Like, everything you take in, send in a critical thought. Like, if you're watching like some movie or something and you seeing people, men and women flying and all of that, now consciously you know that's a mo, but subconsciously you don't. Send a critical thought. Like, when you see people flying, you got to be looking at it thinking, oh, okay, that's some great special effects. Send that thought down with what you're seeing. But you see a lot of other stuff and people think, oh, well, this is it. Like, I'm going to tell you what, the news programs and everything, you got to think critically about what they share with you. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. I don't care. We're in a political season now. You know, you especially got to keep your eyes open. You got to think critically. You know, if people want you to buy something, it's critical. Like, I give you an example. When you see these commercials, right, I can always tell who they trying to sell it to. I can always tell because I'm critically looking at the commercials. I'm looking at the beauty of the people in the commercials. I'm looking at what they selling. What is that? The environment they in, the setting that they in, everything. Because I'm looking at it critically. I'm not going to just be like, oh, I'm just going to take whatever they seeing, because you might not think about it, but then why are you doing it? Like, okay, like when you go to the movies, why are you buying that all that expensive food and everything? When you watch TV at home and something, do you usually eat? There's a lot of times you don't, do you? But you go to the movies, you'll spend like, I always joke, you gotta take a small loan just to get the tickets, and then you gotta take another small loan just to get the food. But why do they do that? Because people are programmed to spend money like that. People are programmed to get it. They're not thinking about why. You know, it's like, dude, you don't usually eat this food at home, or do you? Or popcorn? You know, when people get all this food at the movies and everything like that, I'm like, why? Are you thinking critically? You know? Because when it's a great power, because then that means the theys, or who represent different forces, political, economic, metaphysic, whatever, religious, whatever, the theys can't control you because you're thinking about something. You thinking about it. Why are you buying those particular clothes or wearing them a certain way? You know? Because look, let me talk about that. A lot of people don't critically think about that. They'll say, oh, this is in season. This is what you have to wear. No, this is how you have to make money. You know, like I say, I always joke, I've worked 1,000 jobs. The last full-time job that I worked at was at a retail department store. And I would look at stuff and I was like, man, some of the clothes are still good. You make your money off like just new stuff for a season, but I'm like, some of the old stuff is good. Some people think critically enough, that's what they get. I knew this one guy who would come in, and this dude, he's definitely making six figures, definitely making a lot of money. He was up there. He would never look at the new stuff. He would always go through the old stuff. And plus he would come in there dressed like, a lot of people misjudged him because of how he was dressed, but he was just casually. Very casually. You couldn't tell he made money. You had to talk to him. After talking with him and getting to know him, it was like, oh, this dude making some money. But the thing was, he didn't buy like the expensive clothes. Because a lot of times they get you to buy the stuff. Like, I give you a great example. If you think about something like smartphones, they always have a new model or something. You have people in line, but they don't really change much on them. But they have that because they have people programmed to think, oh, I gotta get the latest model. And they don't really have much on it. Like the phone I'm using now, I'm using a phone now to control this and everything, to control the camera. I probably won't get a new phone for about another 5 years, at least. Another 5 years at least. Shoot, I know some people, they've held on to like certain types of phones who are notorious for changing every couple years, and they still using a phone they used over 10 years ago and still working well. But they thinking critically. They thinking critically. Because if you look at economics, you look at politics, they need people not to think. You know, they look at religion, they need people not to think. Because that's how they control you. Because if you're not thinking, you'll go for whatever they present, you know? And that's why it's a great power, because then you can move along in life powerfully. You know, you can think, okay, why get this like car? I can think about this car I'm getting. Like the car I'm driving now, very modest car, but it's a used car, but it had less than 7,000 miles on it. I was thinking critically. Now, if I wasn't thinking critically, I might have gotten a new car, a new fancy car or something like that. Say, oh, well, I'm making this much money, I should be driving this. No, I'm thinking critically, like, well, no, I don't really drive it that much. Why get something that's gonna sit most of the time in the garage? Because I was thinking about it. Like, that's a power, you know, that's one of the things why I throw out many different things. I want people to think critically. And thinking critically just means you're gonna think about it, period. You're gonna question it. You know, that's why I say, even with the stuff I talk about on all of my channels, I was like, go out and find out for yourself. I want you to think critically, because that's how the days control people. That's how you got some corporations making money. They putting out like, let me use that clothing example. Like you had some people like, oh, this is in now, this isn't in anymore. According to who? The clothes still work. The clothes are still good. You know, what you paying this money for? You know, even some of the fanciest stuff I buy, I get them from places, I get them from discount malls, outlet malls and stuff. Even then, I wait till they on sale. I don't pay full price. That's because I'm thinking critically. And yeah, no, it's not always like the latest thing, but you know, you gotta think what you need the latest. You just need something that you like and that fits. Because I'm thinking you gotta think critically about that. Because when someone's not thinking critically, hey, those are people who spend money. Those are people who follow blindly. Those are people who don't question something. Those are people who can be controlled because they're not thinking about it. You know, that's why I will say sometimes in my videos, think on this. You know, and it is a great power, because you can move through life on your own volition, on your own ability. You know, the days don't have control over you. And indeed, even the people around you, yeah, the days are controlling them. But if you're thinking critically, you can navigate with them as well. I want you to really think about this. Think. You want you to think critically, question, you know, question, you know, and you don't have to question a person no matter, like I said, even with what I teach, what I talk about, I have no problems with you questioning. Go out and find out, you know, and if you hit something and it goes totally against what I'm saying, well, just in a respectful way, point it out. In a respectful way. I encourage that on this channel. Sure, I'll even allow it on my other channels if it's respectful. You know, somebody's seen something else. I haven't seen that much. But I want y'all to think about that, all right? Think. It's a great critical thinking. It is a great power. So anyway, y'all have a great day today. I'll talk to y'all this coming Sunday, all right? Peace and blessings.